Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Well, That Was Stupid. And in today's episode, this is a cat. And we're going to be covering Mike Van Wyck physically assaulting Jeff Nippard. And a little bit of backstory here. Mike Van Wyck is just some random fitness jackass. He's a former competitive bodybuilder. He doesn't bodybuild anymore, not competitively. He does personal training, and he has his own fitness brand. He also posts to YouTube and social media. Now, recently, Mike Van Wyck made a post talking about how he doesn't like the idea of science-based lifting, and Jeff Nippard made a video response back where he politely made arguments against some of Mike Van Wyck's claims. Now, Mike Van Wyck, being a baby and a moron and a pussy, saw Jeff Nippard at Pure Muscle Fitness and decided to physically attack him because he doesn't like it when people disagree with him.
Damn. Damn.
Now, Mike Van Wyck is a bitch. The only reason he attacked Jeff Nippard is because Jeff Nippard is a literal Oompa Loompa. He's like 5'5". Mike Van Wyck claims he's 6 feet tall, and we'll get to that later, and there's obviously a huge size disparity between the two. So, Mike Van Wyck literally just went up and sucker punched a much smaller guy, didn't even have the balls to challenge him to a fight outside or in the parking lot, just walked up, sucker punched a guy who did not see it coming. And it's funny because Mike Van Wyck does not act this way when there are people his size or bigger. He met Eric Knefsky at a fitness expo, and wouldn't you know it, he did absolutely nothing when Eric Knefsky was annoying him.
Nice to meet you, brother. I'm a huge fan. I don't really agree with everything you say, but other than that, I'm a huge fan. Okay. You're big as fuck, bro.
Thanks,
How much do you weigh?
310.
310? Hell yeah. How tall are you? 6 foot. You might have my friend.
Not a fucking chance, bro.
You know, my friend just wanted to confirm.
No, we're good, man. No, we're good.
Why? Why are you touching me?
We're not gonna do any of that.
We're not
gonna do any of that.
I was just asking his height and weight. Don't worry about it.
Appreciate you coming by. Step over.
Wait, why can't we check your height and weight? You don't have to touch me. I mean, I was just asking your height and weight. There's no reason to touch me. I'm not touching you. You don't have to touch me.
Please.
What's the big deal? Like, you just asked your height and weight.
What is the point, guys?
We're just asking your height and weight. Why is this guy trying to be intimidating?
Talk to him.
Hey, why are you trying to be intimidating? Why are you trying to be intimidating?
Intimidating to you. You think I give a fuck? You know who I am?
Who are you?
Get the fuck out of
We're
here.
just asking height and weight.
What's the big deal?
Get the fuck out of here.
We will, but like, what's
We're asking whatever the fuck I want.
Why are you getting in my face? Because I asked his height and
Get the
weight.
fuck out of here. What do you guys think? You're tough guys?
No, we just asked height and weight.
Do something. Get the
I
fuck
can't.
out of here.
There's tough guys in the way.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I'm your worst fucking nightmare. Get the fuck out of here. You don't know who I am. See you later.
Tanner, this is our worst nightmare. We better get out.
You
This
need
is
a
scary.
blunt, bro. You want to go take a smoke break?
wait,
I got a
Tanner.
blunt.
You should do something.
You should.
I'm trying to check his height and weight.
You should do something.
We are trying to do something. We're trying to
Yeah.
take a weight.
Do something.
We are. That's pretty
Bunch of
physical.
tough guys, right?
Stepping on a scale.
Yeah, do something.
What's tough about
Make my
this?
fucking day.
What is tough about
Make my
this?
fucking day. I'm your worst.
What is tough about weighing someone? How are we tough guys?
Get the fuck out of here. Understand? Like, you come in the booth.
I don't understand this.
This doesn't happen unless you come in the fucking booth, right?
I asked you a question. How is
Came
that
in
being
my
a tough
fucking booth.
guy?
It's not a fucking public booth.
It's a public event, my guy.
You're making a huge mistake.
We're making a huge mistake, Tanner.
We're making a huge mistake.
You know who I am?
Who are you?
I'm your...
We could.
Don't touch me. What's the issue?
I don't know.
There is no.
I just asked his height and weight. What is the issue?
This is our worst nightmare, Tanner.
It is what it is.
My worst nightmare.
I'm your worst fucking nightmare. I kill you.
I've never seen you in my dreams.
I'll fucking kill you. I will fucking kill you. I will fucking kill you. I will fucking kill you.
That's crazy, bro.
I will fucking
Well, we're asking the height
We're
and weight.
literally out of the booth.
When you come in and ask me the question, right?
We're literally out of the booth and he's still acting crazy. Like he's gonna kill us. Why?
I feel like you, motherfucker. I'll go back to prison. You think I give a fuck?
That
I'm your worst
sucks,
fucking
bro.
nightmare. Get the fuck
Why
out.
would you want to go back to prison?
I love it in there.
You
All my
love
friends
it in
are
there.
All my friends are
Yeah. Does he think he can fight because he's been to prison?
What does it matter if you
Because
can
that doesn't mean he can fight.
I mean, did you think you're saying you want to fight?
No, I mean, I'm
Nobody
just
wants
saying.
What are we talking about?
I don't know. Why is he talking about killing me?
Why is it? What?
So, as you can see, when Mike Van Wyck is confronted by somebody who's the same size or bigger, suddenly he tries to resolve things peacefully. He does let his dumb bitch friends make threats for him, but Mike keeps his distance and doesn't resort to violence. What a bitch. Now, I've actually met Mike Van Wyck in person, and I can tell you he is not 6 feet tall. I'm 6'3", and I was towering over the guy. I'm pretty sure he's closer to 5'10", which would explain his reluctance to get his height verified by Eric Knefsky. Mike Van Wyck is an insecure moron who just lies about his height because he's insecure. And what's funny is I was talking mad shit about Mike Van Wyck before I met him. I was making live stream after live stream, talking about how the guy doesn't know how to train, he's a moron, his videos are boring, he's incoherent, he can't put a sentence together. And I'm sure Mike Van Wyck saw some of this, but wouldn't you know it, when I was at Pure Muscle and Fitness filming with Turkey Tom, Mike Van Wyck didn't do shit. I ran into him in the locker room. He made a quick glance over to me. He recognized me. And then he tried to act like he didn't see me. And he just walked his bitch ass along, acting like I didn't even exist. Isn't that weird? A guy who's taller than him, about the same size, who's talking mad shit about him online, and he doesn't do anything. No, he went out of his way to attack Jeff Nippard, but for some reason, he was too much of a bitch to attack me. I wonder why. And what makes Mike Van Wyck even more of a bitch, besides only picking on people who are smaller than him, is that he picked on Jeff Nippard specifically. Jeff Nippard is a feminist pacifist who is ideologically opposed to violence, refuses to commit violence himself, and he believes masculinity is inherently toxic and men should strive towards being more feminine to rid themselves of their inherent masculine toxicity. So not only did Mike Van Wyck just only pick on somebody who's smaller than him, but he picked on a guy who's smaller than him who he knew would not fight back. That is a massive certified bitch. So this big bodybuilder with all these tattoos and face tattoos looking all scary will only pick on a guy who's smaller than him who he knew would not fight back. Now, with all of that said, I know this is going to be a controversial take, but I think Jeff Nippard deserved to get attacked by Mike Van Wyck. The reason being is Jeff Nippard is a hypocritical asshole. While claiming to be a feminist, while claiming to be against unnecessary violence, Jeff Nippard pays for rape, sexual abuse, and violence with his food choices. Jeff eats meat and animal products, he's not vegan, and in order for him to eat meat and animal products, he has to pay for the rape and sexual abuse of non-human animals. He also has to pay for their murder on an industrial scale. I don't see how somebody who claims to be a feminist can be in favor of rape and sexual exploitation of anyone, including non-human animals. I don't know how you can claim to be against unnecessary violence when you are paying for billions of animals to get their throats slit open. These animals are abused on an industrial scale in factory farms. They're brought to slaughterhouses where they can see all of their friends, family, being put on a conveyor belt of death where they're about to get their throats slit open. And again, Jeff is supporting this while claiming to be a feminist who's against unnecessary violence. He is a complete hypocrite. And there is absolutely no need for Jeff Nippard to eat this way. The reality is you do not need to eat meat to get enough protein to get big and strong. I have been vegan for over 13 years, and just recently I benched 410 pounds. As far as I'm aware, Jeff Nippard can't bench that weight. I think his previous best was 380. That was a couple years ago. Don't know if his bench progressed much since then. Unless I missed something on his social media, I'm pretty sure Jeff hasn't benched over 400 pounds. So if I can bench over 400 while being vegan, I'm sure you can too, Jeff. Being vegan is not going to make it impossible for you to get bigger, stronger, or have the physique you want. And I've made videos talking about why Jeff should go vegan, and he still refuses. And the only reason I can imagine is because Jeff Nippard likes the taste of meat, and that's reason enough for him to promote the rape, sexual abuse, and violence that happens in the animal agriculture industry. So when Mike Van Wyck attacked Jeff, Jeff was just on the receiving end of the violence that he commits against animals, and he got off easy. If everyone got exactly what they deserved, if the violence that they commit against others ended up happening to them, Jeff Nippard would have been kidnapped, beaten and tortured for days, and then got his throat slit open, just like the animals he eats. So, Jeff, if you're going to complain about some guy attacking you for no reason, well, what's the reason for you paying for animals to get murdered? If you have a problem with random people coming up and attacking you, why do you go to the grocery store and buy meat? All of those animals are in the same position you were, only they have it worse. So stop being a hypocrite. If you're against violence like this, then stop committing violence to animals. And I know Jeff and I have not had the most cordial encounters at times, but Jeff, if you ever want to debate me, talk about this, we can do it privately or publicly if you'd prefer, or if you just want help going vegan and you want some advice, feel free to reach out. I'd be more than happy to talk to you. And to all of you watching, stop being hypocrites, go vegan.